Welcome to CetroCraft.com. My name is Joke Cetro. Today I want to take you on how to measure for female gowns, just like we have hair, three-quarter gowns, knee gowns, flowing gowns, circular gowns, and what have you. So come along with me. The first thing on the line is you start with your bust measurement. Busts. Here we have busts. Set 7. You make sure that it's free. For male, if you're measuring, please make sure you don't touch the untouchable, so that you're not. Yes, 37. After arriving at that, you see this gown, it's a turtleneck gown, it's kissy pleats, 3/4 in length. So you have to arrive at what we call the half length. And in arriving at the half length, what do? Just place your tape rule at the shoulder. You make it cross the bust. Please never do your tape rule like this. Never place your tape rule like this, because you get the wrong measurement. You place your tape rule like this on the bust, it will pass through the bust. Then you tell the person to touch is a navel. So at the point of this navel to be like 2 inches shorter than a navel. So for her, we'll be having a half length to be 15. Our half length for this particular type of gown will be 15 to bring out the shape. And for that 15, you now take the circular waist, and that half length will be the circular point of the half length will be serving as our waist for this particular type of kissing plate gown. So we can see here that waist to make sure that the shape comes out very well. Our waist will be using its waist 29. And after that waist, you now take from that point of the half length, you now take the point where you want your half length, where you want your 3/4 gown to stop. And when you're taking any measurement, please note that if it's yourself or anybody, you must not face down, because when the person faces down, the measurements will be inaccurate. So for a 3/4 gown, it's this, and to get the full, you just place your tape rule from here. Make sure it goes through the bust. For the length of the gown, something what 43 will be okay for her, or better still 42. Some persons like it longer, 43, 42, anywhere from 41. It's 41 and a half is okay for this 3/4 gown, 41 and a half or 2 depending on the person. So that's how you take the measurements. After arriving at that, you now go to the back or the shoulder. Please do know that this gown is a jacket sleeve gown. As you can see, it's jacket sleeve, it's not having any puff. So at that, you place your tape rule this way on the ankle bone. Make sure you get the ankle bone. You don't place your tape rule this way. Make sure it goes through the neck this way. It's this way. So her back from the collarbone, from the point of the collarbone, her back is 14 and a half. Some persons will make it 14 3/4. Anyway, I bet you if you make it 15, it will be 4. It might be falling just because of this. So you make it 14 and a half or 14 3/4 for her. Then from this point, you get where the sleeve. Some persons will want it this way, very short. Others will want it hair. Others will want it hair. Others will want it, will make it a 3/4. But for this particular one, it's a short sleeve, so it's gonna adjust the hair. Length 10 or 11 is okay for her. Then you take the round sleeve. The round sleeve for that particular point is also what 11 or 11 and a half, as the case may be. So as you're taking that, for this particular gown, you don't need the hip measurements. Would you ask me why you don't need the hip measurements? Because this kissing pleats already makes allowance for the hips. So no matter how ipsy the crossing is, the kissing plate is going to take cognizance and going to allow give allowance for that. But for other gowns, now we're moving away from this, we're going to other gowns. You now take the hip measurements for your gown. If it's something this way I'm wearing, like this 8 pieces gown I'm wearing, you actually need the hip measurements, because if you don't know the hip, the cloth will just be sharply cut. For this, take it half, take it down. This hip 42. Get the largest part of the hip. If you want it to be very tight, you could make it 41 and a half. It will still go through, but it will be very fitted, very tight. And if you want it to be a bit loose, you could make it 43. It all depends on the person you're sewing for. So that's how to take the measurement for the hip. For this particular one, these are hip. As you're taking the hip for males, be careful. Just make sure that the tape is free. For her, a hip 39 is okay. That's how to take the hip measurement for your gowns. After arriving at that, let's say we want to arrive at a flowing gown like I'm wearing. So you've already gotten the bust and all the lights. You take the length for the flowing gown. And it also depends on what the person will be putting on. If she will be putting on real heels, high heels, you have to make sure that the gown is flowing. But for me, I don't really like something too heely, so I prefer something loafers like this. If it's someone like me, the length will just be something like 54 or 53 and a half. But for people that wear real heels, the length, you make sure that you leave real allowance to the floor. So you make it something like 58, such that by the time they wear their heels, it will be flowing, it will cover them. So that's for something, if you see flowing down like I'm putting on. Then if it's new gown, it's just this way. You trace the points of the new of the crossing. Some will like it below the new or above the new. So it all depends. So for the new points, our gown length is 38 and a half. So that's just how to get your measurement. Then, if you want to arrive at a padded gown like I'm putting on, a padded gown, that's a gown with bust cuts, you have to have your, what we call the nipple to nipple, the top to nipple, then the round on the bust. And I'm doing at this, arriving at this, I mean to say, you have to get the nipple to nipple point. You tell the crossing, if you're a male, to point at the point of the nipple here. That's 6 and a half, 7, 6 3/4, 6 and a half, 6 3/4. Then that point too, you let the crossing hold it top to nipple, that's nipple to nipple. Then we have what? Top to nipple, that's what? 9. After that, you now have your what? Your under bust, 12 and a half or 13 or 12 and a half, 13 is okay. Then from that point, you now have the round under bust. Round under bust, 29. So with these measurements, and if you want to have the turtle neck, it all depends on how you want the neck. If you want it so tight, you have it neck 15. Or if you want it so loose, you have neck 17. With this, you'll be able to arrive at your various gowns. If you also want a long sleeve, it all depends on the sleeve you want. If you want a short sleeve, a micro sleeve, like 5, you just place your tape rule here. If it's 2, if it's 3, just place it. Then you get what? You get the round sleeve there, 12. If it's 3/4 gown, you place the point on your elbow like this. If it's 17, the crossing ones, or 16, it's 17. Also have the what? The round sleeve there. That round sleeve is 10.5 or 10. Then the long sleeve, if it's a long sleeve gown, just place it this way. 24. Then the round sleeve is what? 7. So with this, you can arrive at any form of gown, any form of female gown you want to arrive at. So watch out for our other video on how to arrive at this particular turtleneck kissing pleats 3/4 gown. Thank you and have a good day.